What's good, everybody? My name is Dee, and welcome back to Grown Up, where you already know what we do. We talk about that grown up shit, and I sprinkle a little bit of independent music in there for you guys. So today, I have a brand new artist joining me today for the Naturally on the Wave interview segment portion. So I'm going to go ahead, let him introduce himself, say his name, where he's from, the genre of music that he does, and how long he's been doing music. So welcome.
Yo, what's up? Thank you for having me. I'm honored, first off. My name is MyBrothaVan, straight out of Northwest Florida, a little town called N.O.W. I've been doing this independent music for about 4 years. Rap, sing, produce, and engineer like 99% of my music. Most of it's kind of alternative, rap, R&B. You know, I splash a little bit of pop and funk too as well. So
nice,
pretty much the gist. Yeah, man. So it's been going. It's a journey.
Definitely.
But I'm enjoying it. Yeah, man. I've definitely grown a lot.
For sure. So tell us how you got started with making music and who has been some of your influences when it came to making music.
So biggest influences, there's probably 3 people who pretty much, I'm gonna say 4. There's probably 4 people who I really credit to really kind of making me want to like do it. Michael Jackson was like the original. You know, as a kid, he was kind of like the biggest music influence ever to me. And when I hit my teens, Kid Cudi, Kanye, and Lil Wayne were pretty much the guys who I looked at as like kind of speaking to a lot of what I felt as far as like, you know, being from the culture, but also kind of innovating it and pushing it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So those are 3 guys who were pretty much on my like music influence. My 4, Mount Rushmore right there, having the biggest influence. But there's a lot of other people who I kind of really looked up to.
Yeah.
But yeah, I kind of got started. I was a jock growing up. I had no background.
No way.
Yeah, not at all. No one in my family was like musically inclined like that.
Wow.
I pretty much was chasing the hoop dream, and then I switched to football. I live in the South, so football became religion, and I dove into that. Went to school, went to college ball, and did that. Didn't end up where I wanted to. Came back, kind of like, what am I going to do? You know, so I'm working 9 to 5, trying to make some money, get on my own 2 feet, and I kind of just lost something to feel that self-expression that sports was giving me. So I always loved music. I was really like a guy who always listened to music when every situation, like in every social gathering, I was like in my headphones, kind of being to myself kind of guy. Yeah. So it was just like a sanctuary thing, and I kind of wanted to just try to make it as a hobby. So I bought equipment because I was recording at places and buying stuff, and it was like mad expensive when I started like learning about that, like buying beats, recording. I was like, whoa, I'm trying to get on my feet, and I can't like, I didn't have the money to just keep doing that. So I looked up research, and people were like, you can get a small home studio for this amount, like $300. So I was like, all right. I went that route, made a beat and a song, and I kind of let some people hear it. And a lot of people liked it who were like doing the underground music scene in my community. And it was like, really? So then I made a video with it, and people just really jumped on it. So I had a real good initial break into music that made people think that I could do something. And then I was like, let me give it a try. So that's pretty much how I got started. It was my first track really kind of like pushed me to like, hey, maybe I got something. So I didn't even know, you know, I was just doing it just because I like doing it.
Yeah, that's definitely a different like story of how, like, because I've asked artists this question all the time, you know, how they get started in music, and that's definitely a different story. Like most of them are like, yeah, I have a background in music, or my mom and dad used to play the piano or something or whatever, you know, and you know, you're like, nah, wasn't really into it, but here we go. You know, sometimes life just leads you to a different path, and you know, you think you're on the right one, but then it just knocks you over to a new one, and you never know that's what you needed. So your beats sound very eclectic to me. Like when I was listening to your music, they sound like it's a mixture of many things. So how is your process with producing beats, since you did tell me that you produce pretty much 99% of your beats?
My process is really, since I lacked, and I still, you know, with production and engineer, and it's a very technical skill.
Yeah.
It takes a lot of time, years and stuff. So I initially didn't have any of that. I really did everything off of my ear and off of like my feeling and my vibe. So I really just kind of, sometimes I had direction initially.
Yeah.
Most of the time I just kind of just dive in, hear sounds, and then let that lead. So most of the stuff is more so just being led by me being in my home studio and just making things. And then when I get a feeling, when I hit something or hit a chord, I just keep going with that. And then, you know, I hear a chorus and I kind of will say, if I can make a chorus to this beat, then I kind of like it. So I'm a very like melodic guy, and I kind of think the influences of being around a lot of like pop culture and video games, like I have a lot of like just melodies that are very like 4-chord, 3-chord kind of progressions that are just like commonly used, and it's just in my head. So a lot of my stuff, people will be like, man, it's super catchy. And then I personally just like, I like a lot of boom, but it varies, you know, like me as a person, my emotions vary. So my beat production varies. Like I don't really have a strength, and sometimes my music, it could be like a hiccup because people don't know what to expect, so they can't really gravitate to one thing. But then also now my brand has this unpredictableness to it.
Right.
So now people are like, I don't know what he's gonna do. I heard him do some grungy punk rock stuff. I heard him do some pop singing stuff, like some Drake type. And then I also heard him doing some like real like street type trap music. So it's definitely just depends on how I'm feeling. That's kind of how I go with it. It's just a vibe kind of thing. And if I like it, then I'll make it.
That's dope. That's kind of like how I do. I'm very much off the ear. Like I don't know how we were ears, but everything when it comes to this audio thing, and even I'm dabbling into kind of trying to engineer a little bit myself. You know, I have friends who are doing music. They're like, hey, I got a laptop, you can record with me, and I'll dabble a little bit and see what I can do. And I don't know any technical way to do it, but I just know what sounds good to me. So that's really cool that, you know, we linked up, and, you know, you expressed that here on the podcast so people can know, like, you don't really have to study into something. Like if you have a feeling and you know that that's for you, like try and pursue that path, try and figure it out. You never know where it's going to take you. And look at you, you're putting out albums, doing songs, like you doing.
Yeah. And that's definitely true. Cause one thing I'm so different, especially from the norm where I'm from, that I was really like anxious about like how people receive it. And I heard a lot of people say like it's always the stuff that you don't think people are gonna like that people gravitate to. So when I made beats, I just put them on my website. I just left them there, and then I promote them. You know, I put them out, and it be guys I never think will want to touch them, touching them.
How was the production process for your album, and then how long did it take you to produce Brush Your Teeth?
For the album, it was like, you know, my stuff right now is really much like mixtapes. You gotta categorize the albums for like, you know, distribution. Sorry about the noise. So, but it really was like a lot of songs I had done that were like half of it was like already done songs, and like they had like kind of similar vibes and stuff. And then I went through a breakup, a lot of change, had to move out. So I finished the rest of it, which was crazy because I was like didn't have a spot to stay. And I was like finishing it in the RV. So like half the album was made like in an RV. Crazy time of my life. It was really like, it was a low that the music was really like there for me when I needed it to kind of just vent and stuff like that. So that was more of a intimate experience, and I was glad how it turned out. There's tracks on there that are some of my fans' favorite songs. Own Worst Enemy, Ride to Atlanta, the opening track, Wheel, it's like one of my favorite songs. And I remember I didn't even put no 808s or no kicks or nothing on it, but it's like, there's a lot of things I really I love about making that, and I still love to this day. But as far as Brush Your Teeth, that one, which is crazy, like when you own music equipment in the studio like I do, and you make beats, like I have so much in my vault, and that song was made like almost 2 years ago. No cap.
Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy because I knew it was special, and I just kind of sat on it because it was going to be a part of this other project where I was doing this collab. I really don't collab a lot, and I was like, I'm just going to do the whole thing with collabing.
Yeah.
And we went to Atlanta to do a show because I was doing music with these other guys, and I had my stuff with me. We're in this Airbnb, you know, doing our thing, and everybody's like wanting me to cook up. So I make this beat, and I have my equipment, and everyone starts, you know, doing their thing and recording, and we all record on the spot. And we all walked away like, bro, we'll never release that. Like, we all knew it was gonna be special. Like, they kept bugging me, and like even a year later, like, yo, when you gonna release that song? Like, let me know. So I knew it was a good one. So yeah, I was really like, man, I'm just putting this out because I just wanted to drop more music this year. That's one of the pledges I made to myself and to the people who were supporting me and to the fans and me. So, yeah, it was an experience, and we got kicked out of the Airbnb, but
yo, that part cracked me up.
yeah, we got kicked out. I was like, oh man, yeah, they was like renting out illegally and stuff, and I was like, oh man,
wow, that's super dope though. Yeah, the track is hot. I fuck with it for sure.
I appreciate that. Yeah, I don't always on the beats. I don't overdo it, you know what I'm saying? So it was like, as long as the vibe hits, then I'll lock in on that, and everyone else felt it too. So I was proud of it, and I'm glad people liked it, man. And it really did got a lot more movement for my brand, so I was happy with that too.
Yeah, most definitely. Again, you guys go and check that out. His new single, Brush Your Teeth. All right.
Yeah.
So again, as you mentioned, you record and engineer your own music. So why did you make that choice to become more versatile? Because a lot of artists, when it comes to making music, they don't really care about the production or the post-production portion of like the whole process. So how did you come to that conclusion?
Really, it was just two things. One was money. It can be very expensive to go to other people to outsource these skills. Definitely. You know what I'm saying? So that's definitely one of the reasons. The other reason was because the guys who influenced me, which, like I said, Kanye was one of them. I'm a do it all kind of guy, like just as a person. Like when I played sports, you know, I was a basketball guy. Like I did everything on the court. Like I'm like a triple double cat. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not just scared to just shoot and score points. I'm getting rebounds, I'm getting assists. I wanted to be able to do it all because that's what I respected other people who did. So when I knew guys like Kanye were doing that, I was like, that's what I want to be. And I really enjoy most of it. Like, you know, the engineering can be very technical and it can be like my least favorite thing, but I'm starting to like it more now. But like as far as making beats too, like that gives me much joy just as making songs. So I really kind of just like, you know, I just love doing it. So I was like, why not? And then, you know, it helps out a lot. It really did. I'm super grateful because it gave me another source of income. You know, I started, when people knew that I did it, and there's not a lot of artists where I'm at, I'm from the small town, but in neighboring areas, like when I was doing my circuit, people, and I was telling them like, yo, I'm making these beats and I'm recording myself. They came to me and it gave me income with like recording people, it gave me income with selling beats. With, you know, like during the pandemic and like coming out of it, my beat selling was really a big part of like me funding my whole independent thing. So I was really proud that I even just took the initiative to try to do that stuff on my own because it made me more valuable, made my brand more valuable.
Yeah, definitely. I hear you on that one. I'm pretty much a do-it-all here with my podcast. Like I record, I produce the show, I host the show, I set up the interviews, I call you guys, I reach out to you, the artists, like I do it all. So
that's super dope. Salute to you on that, yo.
Thank you. I appreciate that. So I understand like being solo and wanting to do it all and get in depth with it. And like I said, it's very rare that a lot of artists want to do that. So definitely glad that you got on the podcast so that I can get people to see that it's okay. You can do it on your own. You can figure the shit out, you know, and as long as you have a dream and you want to pursue it, you can do whatever you want to do. So yeah, definitely. Has there been any obstacles that you've had to face with pursuing your music? I mean, of course, equipment, money, time, like all of that. You know, how have you been able to get over those obstacles and keep pursuing and doing what you want to do?
Well, I'm a pretty independent guy and I work hard. Like hard work, you can't substitute that whatever you do. So I've had multiple jobs most of the time I did this. that was something where it helped me consistently be able to maintain what I'm doing. Just, making sure you got streams of income coming in, because there's a lot of upfront costs with starting any small business, any business. So just like this, it was cost with equipment, cost with promotion and marketing, all that stuff, videography, all that stuff costs money, So I definitely always had to work and always been working. It's always a challenge to find ways to make more money, because as you get higher and higher levels, and I wanted to kind of break to, higher levels with my music, it's going to take more and more money. So it's like, that's the biggest challenge, obviously. Another thing is like kind of me being a niche or having a different style it's a blessing and a curse. Yeah. So like initially it's a curse because you're foreign, and a lot of people reject things that are foreign, that are new, because it's like it takes you time to kind of like digest it. It's like eating new foods or doing anything new. There's a learning curve, there's an absorption time that's like a little slower as your kind of brain's like, what is this? Trying to figure it out. How can I fit this into what I'm liking? But it on the back end and in the long run, it will help. So that's what I'm pushing for. It's like, I have to really like hammer what my sound into people by consistently putting it out there, getting it better, and letting them hear it maybe more than other people, for them to be like, okay, because I don't do the traditional or the norms that a lot of other people are doing. So that's the biggest, those are the two biggest challenges: the money and just having a niche sound and kind of like being different and still carving your own lane when people, they already don't, they weren't really looking. Most people aren't looking for new, what I'm saying?
Definitely.
I get people who are, they're awesome, the people who are looking for something new, but most people don't want anything new. They want the same. So just breaking into them, that's the other biggest challenge.
Yeah, I hear you. That's why I started this music portion of the podcast, because people are constantly looking at the mainstream artists like they are the end all be all. And it's like, no, there's other people out here who make music too. And whether it's different from what you listen to or the same, either way, it's all music, and it all should be played and listened to and supported, because it takes a hell of a lot to put yourself into pursuing something independent that you want to do. So, big ups to all the artists that are out there doing their thing.
Hell yeah.
Are killing it, okay? If no one else will give you your damn roses, you'll get them here on the Grown Up Podcast, all right?
Yeah, thank you. Yes.
Absolutely.
They need to come.
Yeah, definitely. So where do you see your music going in the future? Where do you want to take it? What type of collabs that you want to do? Do you kind of want to switch up your style, or, where do you see that going?
So short term, I'm really just trying to be more active with what I'm doing, because I think that I got something good going. I really have a ambitious aspiration. Like I want to be someone who has the ability to chart on mainstream charts. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to be top spot. That's not really in my heart to do. Like, I'm not trying to be the number one guy, number two guy, top five guy, but I want to be in that chart because I want the respect and to know that I have the ability to hold my own against anyone, you know what I'm saying? And I think it would be good for my area too, because they really haven't really seen, and they think they have to be a certain way to do that. So I know it's going to open people's eyes when a person like me can do it, because they're going to be like, I didn't have to follow that trend just to get to that destination. I could follow my own path or make my own path like MyBrothaVan did, you know? So I really, that's one of the things I want to do. Collab, honestly, and there's not a lot of women out here who are artists, and I really been wanting to link with more female artists, because that's something I haven't done yet, and I feel like it would make some really dope music. Like kind of some tweener kind of female artists who like do the rapping and singing, and you know what I'm saying? But I don't mind. I can pretty much vibe with a lot of different kind of styles. But yeah, I'm looking to do some stuff with some more females, and then some people who are kind of like got some real skin in the game. You know what I'm saying? Some people in the next level of the music industry. Definitely looking to do some stuff with them too.
All right, dope. All right, so we're gonna wrap it up here, but I'm gonna throw you in the hot seat real quick before we
Let's
wrap
go.
it up. Okay,
I'm a Florida boy. I'm used to
it. I got 4 quick questions for you, and then just throw out the answer when you're ready. All right, let's go. Favorite producer?
It's probably Pierre Bourne and Kanye.
Oh, all right. Favorite male rapper?
So I'm just gonna give it to my dude, Kid Cudi.
Okay. Favorite female rapper?
Favorite female rapper?
Cause they out here. They out here.
Oh yeah. You know who I like right now? I'm not even gonna lie. It's probably Flo Milli.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
She's from Mobile, which is like right down the road. So I get a lot of stuff.
That's dope. All right, last one. Favorite genre of music?
Favorite genre of music? Shoot.
I know that's a tough one.
I mean, I still think I'm a big rap hip hop guy.
Okay.
Predominantly. Yeah, man. So, I mean, there might be some subgenres in it that I like more, but just in general, the whole genre of rap, because it has so many subgenres, it's like that predominates what I listen to.
All right. Yeah. For sure. All right. Well, I appreciate you for coming on to the Grown Up Podcast and doing an interview with me. It's been super dope. You guys, please go and check him out. Go and stream his new single. I'm going to let you say any final words, any personal shout outs you want to give. And of course, shout out your social media and where they can stream your music at.
Well, big shout out to you for having me. That's love.
Thank you.
This is like my furthest interview I've ever done with someone from California. So I was actually born in California. So
really?
Yeah. I haven't been in a long time, but yeah, it's so good to link with some people from there too. So basically, anyone else who wants to kind of find out about My Brother Van, you can. The best place to do that is MyBrothaVan.com. I put all my music, my discography, my videos. I got a commercial that you can see, and got some merch. A bunch of dope merch from hoodies, tanks, long sleeves, all that jazz. Even some masks. You can also check out my beats on MyBrothaVan.com as well too. So if you're an artist out there looking for something different, holler at me. I do hookups for all my first time customers. 2 for 1s, stuff like that. As far as my social medias, at MyBrothaVan on Instagram and on Facebook and on Twitter, and then on TikTok, it's MyBrothaVan _the_hook_guy, because I be killing these hooks.
Hell yeah, that's dope. Where you guys already know, the links are going to be running all up and through this video, and of course I'm going to throw them in the description below so you guys can click them and go straight to follow him and check out his music. Again, thank you, My Brother Van, for joining me today. I appreciate you. We're definitely going to have you back on here on the podcast, right?
Yeah, I hopefully have some even better news to share with you. Also, before I forget, big shout out to everybody in the independent scene, all the artists and creatives from this Florida border. Man, it's all love.
Hell yeah, definitely. Well, again, thank you. You guys go and check out Grown Up Podcast, subscribe. It's naturally on the wave. It's My Brother Van. Stay safe, be kind, and we out.
Yeah.